Hey, Plainsman, I'm Trevelyan Adams.
And I'm taller, whiter Alfred.
And this is
Evergreen Now.
Yay. Hey everyone, welcome back to Evergreen Now.
Thanks for joining us today, everybody. It's that time of week again where we share the school news and make a funny joke here and there.
This guy can't though.
Yeah, I'm not that good. I'm pretty
I
bad.
ate donuts over the weekend. It was pretty cool.
Donuts?
Yeah.
Me too. Got a bunch free with choir.
Rip.
You weren't there.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm in the less choir.
Chamber is a thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Do your thingy.
Let's get to the announcements.
Evergreen Students for Christ, a club for students led by students, meets during lunch every Thursday in room 616. That's Stegmeyer's room, if I remember correctly. Guest speakers, pizza, fellowship, and more. Stop by Mr. Stegmeyer's room for more information. All are welcome. Also, possibly room 616.
The Fine Arts Department is offering new sequences of classes. Classes are designed for students to explore the artist within. Visit your nearest art teacher or counselor to get forecasting codes and information. All skill levels are welcome. Join us, follow us on our new Instagram at @EHS_makers. See what your fellow students are creating. Forecasting codes are also available on Instagram.
Have you ever wondered about the College Prep Center? They offer financial aid, college search and application, scholarships, and more. If you have any more questions, then go to the office next to the library. It's like right across the hall.
Attention sophomores, the 10th grade PSAT is April 25th and it costs $16. If you want to sign up, go to the activities office to pay the fee and get on the list. We have 100 tests, so hurry and sign up. This is a great opportunity to get experience taking an SAT test so that you are better prepared to take the 11th grade PSAT and the SAT as you prepare for college admission. Another benefit is taking the 10th grade PSAT is your score report, which gives suggestions for AP classes you should enroll in, as well as showing your strengths and areas of improvement. If you have any questions, see Mr. Wallace in the Green Pine Academy.
The next traffic safety class starts on Monday, May 7th. Please see Mr. McDonald in room 514 for registration forms. Hurry, this class will fill up fast. Do that.
On March 15th, your Evergreen High School HOSA Future Health Professionals team traveled to Spokane to compete with over 1,300 other students from around the state of Washington. Out of the 50 competitive events offered, Evergreen had 9 students finish in the top 10 of the state.
Woo.
Lyndon Hosak took 2nd place in prepared speaking and qualified for nationals in Dallas, Texas in June. April Minifield took 7th place in prepared speaking. Colin Castor took 8th place in prepared speaking. Riley Creek took 6th place in life support skills. Cassandra Kammer took 6th place in human growth and development. Anna Marie Kirby took 6th place in medical spelling. Nolan Parrott, Grace Prohl, and Rory Anderson took 10th place in biomedical debate, beating out all of the Southwest Washington in the process. Lyndon Hosak was also elected as a state officer. Only 6 students from around the state get this honor. And finally, Colin Castor is now the first student from the state of Washington to be nominated as the National Officer Candidate at our international conference in June. Congratulations, EHS HOSA, on an amazing year so far. And we're not done yet. If you want to join HOSA and help us plan for next year, then come to Mr. Jesse's classroom, room 622, every Wednesday at lunch.
Are you interested in a career educating children? Would you like to specialize in working with the little infants and toddlers? So cute sometimes. How about earning an AA, which is, an associate's degree in early childhood education? Clark College offers a program in family and child studies. If you'd like to find out more about it, you're in luck. A representative from Clark College will be visiting EHS on Thursday, May 10th at 12:30 during 4th period. Sign up for this awesome presentation in either one of the academic centers located in rooms 510 and 605. The deadline to sign up is Monday, May 7th, but why wait till then? Sign up today at one of the academic centers. It's really cool.
The first annual Slamfest Poetry Slam is coming to EHS May 25th at 5 p.m. in the auditorium. There will be workshops provided after school for those interested. Keep your ears peeled for more information to come after spring break.
And now, let's hear what's going on in the world of sports at Evergreen.
Welcome back, Plainsman, at Evergreen Sports. I'm Phoebe.
And I'm Tommy. Baseball wasn't able to play this last week due to the heckin' rain. Games against Prairie got postponed.
Boys soccer played Tumwater last Wednesday and tied 2-2 with two spectacular goals by Elijah Lavin, assisted by Levon Schmiedze and Henry Davidson.
Softball also got rained out this last week, and games against Mark Morris postponed as well.
Last week's tennis games were also postponed against Union and Battleground because of the rain.
Heckin' rain.
And that's all we have for score updates for this week.
Alrighty, Plainsman. The only upcoming plans we've got for you this week is spring break.
Yeah, so have fun in the sun, and we'll be back in April to give you more updates on the world of Evergreen Sports.
Alright, see you soon, Plainsman.
Okay, ready?
Now then, let's take a listen to what Jaden has for us in the Plainsman playlist. Do-do-do-do.
Hey Plainsman, welcome to Plainsman Playlist, where I give you guys music recommendations coming from you guys, hopefully expanding you guys' music library. First song we got was suggested by Terrence Stein called Losing Control by Russ. I really like this song a lot more than I thought I would. I like Russ's style on this and I'll probably check him out more in the future. Here's a small part of this piece that made me like his track.
She's falling in love now, losing control now, fighting the truth, trying to hide, but I think it's alright, girl.
Next song was suggested by Nathan Earhart, and this song comes from Frank Ocean called Pink Plus White. I haven't really taken much time to listen to Frank myself, even though I love his song with Tyler, the Creator, but this was definitely a good starting point to hook me in. Let's take a quick listen.
Cannonball off the porch side, older kids trying off the roof, just the same way you showed me you were sure. If you could die and come back to life, up for air from the swimming.
Now for this last one, here's something a little different that I want you guys to check out. It's the second movement from Dmitri Shostakovich's 8th String Quartet. This piece has some sort of feeling of anxiety fueled with adrenaline at the same time. The story behind this quartet's pretty interesting to look into if you got the time. I don't have time right now though. Here's a quick sample of it. That's it for today's edition of Plainsman Playlist. If you guys have any songs or artists you want mentioned, just email them with the links to my email address on the screen here, and I'll make sure to take a look at it. Hopefully I can fit into the next show. See you guys next week.
I'm not feeling very smart today, Trey.
Well, good news, buddy, because we got Evergreen Science. That'll smarten you right up with your host, Dr. Professor Chef Boyar Brett.
Hi everyone, I'm Professor Evergreen, and welcome to the first show of Evergreen Experiments. On this show, we're going to give you easy and fun science experiments that you can do at home. Now today, we have an experiment known as fireworks in a jar. Well, okay, not literal fireworks, but it looks cool. And it uses everyday household items, so you can even do it at home. What you'll need is a clear jar, a bowl, vegetable oil, various food colorings, a fork, and some warm water. Now the process is very simple. First, you'll want to pour some oil into the bowl. Then, drop some food dye in it. Now it's very important that you don't put too much dye into the oil. 8 drops should be plenty. Now, gently stir the oil with a fork. You'll see that the dye will start to break into smaller drops. Next, pour some lukewarm water into the jar, filling it about 3/4 of the way. Now, gently pour the oil and dye into the jar and observe what happens. This occurs because of the differing densities between water and oil. Water is denser than oil, so the oil floats on top. Food coloring is just as dense as water, so it doesn't mix with the oil. After we poured the oil, the dye suspended inside slowly sank and exploded when it touched the water. That's pretty cool, huh? Now that you've seen it here, try it yourself at home. It's a very simple experiment, and we encourage you to try use some different variables, like more or less dye, different kinds of oil, or even different water temperatures. Thank you for tuning in to Evergreen Experiments, and we hope to see you next time.
Hey, not Alfred.
Yeah.
Here's a riddle for you.
Oh, what is it?
So what's popular, fun, and good at entertaining a substantially large group of people?
Is it me?
Nope.
Oh,
It's Morgan Parker. Parker Morgan.
Marco Porgan.
Marco Porgan. And that's right. Yeah, as he does everybody's favorite segment, Keeping Up with the Plainsman.
Yeah, I'm bad at this.
It's your first day, you'll get it. Probably not.
It's Marco Porgan. And keeping up with the Plainsman. Can that be my theme song? Can it be background music? Where does the Easter Bunny eat breakfast?
Your mama's house. Oh, wait.
What did summer say to spring?
I have no idea.
Help, I'm going to fall. Nielsen Sky, everybody. You live in a one-story house made entirely of red wood. What color would the stairs be?
There are no stairs, it's one story.
She got it right! Oh! I don't know if I can let that slide. That's strike 2.
Strike? I didn't even get one yet.
First one was when you tried to physically assault me.
I didn't touch you, fellow.
Right? Okay. But when you went, no one was there. So look, so you just had to go to the beach, but you want some friends with you, right?
Uh-huh.
Right? So you go ahead and you want to find your friends. So what you do is you go ahead and wave to all your friends. So go ahead and wave to all your friends just like that.
Oh, hi.
No, with the card. Wave it around the deck.
Hi.
Look at that, just like that.
Okay.
But no one shows up,
Oh,
so you
no.
decide to leave.
That's sad.
So you decide to leave, right?
Whoa.
Okay. Then a little bit after that, all your friends end up coming back. So
What?
you're trying to figure out where they are. So they start waving to you, right?
Okay.
So as your friends start waving to you, you end up just.
What? You come back?
Well, Plainsman, what an interesting day that we spent here at Evergreen High School, land of the free and home of the Plainsman. I hope you all have a wonderful spring break, and if you don't, I will make sure that you will have a great time. Thank you. God bless America.
The virtual reality devices are owned by the district and are typically used by elementary students. English teacher Emily Gordon requested and organized that our school get to use these devices, and this is the second week this year that we have been able to use them in classrooms.
The district has these Google VRs that they are basically, they're touring around the different schools, and there's several hundred expeditions, if you want to call them, to perform. Basically, you can just look at them to get a better sense of something that you're talking about. I know a lot of people are using them for their English classes to look at things like what does Paris look like, to just kind of get an idea of what things look like in other places, and I think to add some fun and excitement to the classroom. I incorporated this into my astronomy class just by talking about Jupiter and the Juno spacecraft, and then that was the first thing I did, was we looked at the Juno spacecraft and explored some of the features of Jupiter from the perspective that we can see. And we can see what the sun looks like from Jupiter, and we can also look at things like the stratosphere above the Earth. We can check out the features of the moon, and we can also see, like, for instance, what the aurora borealis looks like from different places. As far as incorporating this into the classroom, I think it's just a really fun way to bring in some technology and use it in a different way. Personally, I think they're really fun to look through. They give some people headaches, but I think the reactions around the classroom, I think you might have seen some of the reactions around the classroom. When it first turns on, most people say, whoa, and they think it's really cool. Because they're not moving videos, I think people get bored really quick, but hopefully Google is going to update their expeditions and sooner or later have some video for us.
The intent is to give students exposure to places when a field trip is too expensive, or as in the case of astronomy, impossible. An app called Google Expeditions provides hundreds of virtual field trips to explore with these virtual reality devices, including exotic cities, a trip to Jupiter, as well as explorations of museums or interesting locations such as the International Space Station or the Great Barrier Reef. Students seem to enjoy taking a break from the usual learning methods, and it is fun to get out of the classroom, even if it's only in a virtual way.
Hey!
Evergreen!
March 30th.
You are
Invited to see the first ever
Spanish
soap opera.
in the
theater.
The
Spanish 3 class will perform
a live
telenovela. There's drama.
There's anger.
There's tears. There's death.
in love.
You do not want to miss this special night
At the
Evergreen Theater.
March 30th.
6:30 p.m. $5 for adults. I got 5 on it. $2 for students and kids.
Nos vemos pronto! Exclamation point.
On March 14th, Evergreen High School, including thousands of young people across the U.S., participated in a school walkout in action on gun violence and in solidarity with the victims in the school shooting in Florida on Wednesday, February 14th.
Thank you for walking out of class and helping us show how much EHS cares about the safety to our community, our schools, ourselves, and our peers. For those who don't know what this walkout is for, we're here to honor the innocent lives lost from the countless shootings that have happened in other schools. We're here to show that we have a voice and that we can make a change and that we want and need that change to happen now.
I'm participating in this walkout because I want to make change. I really want this to be the last movement that's needed. This is a never again movement and should never happen again and should have never happened.
I think the walkout is important because a lot of politicians, especially our representatives who are elected in office, tend to disenfranchise teenagers and pretend that either A, we don't know what we're talking about, or B, we don't really care. And I think this walkout proves both of those things, that we're here and we're ready to speak out.
It is the best form of protest because it gets the eye of both officials and of the school. It gets our voices heard because we're actually out in the community.
I think the walkout stands out to other protests because other protests, some of them, they're violent.
I think this walkout is different from other protests because it's entirely student-based. It's led by students, and there are students here participating in it, so you're really hearing the pure voice of our youth.
I think going on our social medias, our Twitter, Instagram, anything, and spread awareness about how school shootings shouldn't become a norm. We don't need to be used to having school shootings. We need to bring awareness and spread it around the internet because that's the most viral source we have out there to send out what we're trying to do.
I think a lot more progress needs to be done. More than just what we have done. We need Congress, we need a lot of our officials to get things done. This is just the start of a process, but it's a great start and one that will continue to go.
Well, everyone, that's it for this week's episode of Evergreen Now. If you have any suggestions of anything you'd like to see on the show, or you'd love to just leave us a comment, stop by our website at ehstoday.yolosite.com.
Be kind to each other, do something nice for someone, show some compassion, and have a great weekend. But most importantly, it's a great day to be a Plainsman. See you next week.